Hello guys, today, as you can see, I'm in a different location, and today I am going to be showing you firing of all my Nerf guns, blasters, whatever you want to call them. So anyway, without further ado, can you please like, share, and subscribe? Subscribe to this video. I, over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, and it really would help me out if you subscribed. So, that's all. Let's get on to it. So, so starting off, we have this. This is the alphastrike Stinger. It is a single shot. Is a single shot front loading spring action blaster. You pull this down front. Now let's see it fire. I don't really know what you were expecting from a single shot front action prime loading blaster, like a jolt. I'm moving on. Another jolt reskin. This time it's the Doomlands Holdout. It is again single shot front loading spring powered. But this time it's actually primed from the back instead as opposed from the grip. It also has this little, it has a clear part, which is really cool since you can actually see the internals. Now let's see this one fire. As you can see, it's not that bad, but like, there's many better options for a blaster like this. Let's say just to buy a jolt because 2 minutes is expensive and the grips kind of suck. So, moving on. Another jolt reskin. This is the Sackfire. This thing kind of looks like a Luger PO8, but it is actually it is another jolt reskin, but it's in the end strike line. And you prime this open. It's actually a breech loader, so it's really slow. I would not recommend that you buy this I because it's just a jolt. Why would you need a breech load? So basically, you just prime this back, load your dart in, pull it backward, and now you're primed and ready to fire. Let's see it fire. So it's pretty cool, the breech action load, but I don't see anyone using this. So this is the Star Wars Kira Blaster. So front loader, action uses a smart air restrictor system. It isn't a shotgun, so it doesn't fire two darts at the same time. Instead it fires one dart at a time using a smart air restrictor system. So basically, you just load it from the front, prime it back, and you're ready to fire. It also makes cool sounds. Here, take a listen. I'd say that's pretty cool. Now let's see it fire. I think this is pretty cool. So moving on. This is the alphastrike Fang. The 4-shot kind of looks like a Fang, like its namesake says. So anyways, it's a 4-shot front-loading blaster that uses a smart AR system. Fires one dart from top to bottom. The bottom barrel has a weaker velocity than the top barrel. So you prime this back. Oh damn! I actually. So you prime this back to prime the blaster, and then you after that you're ready to fire. Let's see this thing fire. Yes, you can see this thing. Here. And next up, one of my personal favorite players is this Beauty. The Nerf Elite XT Strong Arm. It is a slide opening cylinder fed style revolver. You slide this open and prime it. It is it has a tack rail on top so you can mount your attachments. And it also has a sling mount on the back, just in case you wanted to mount a pistol on a sling. Comfortable grip, very easy to use, and also comes with Sackfire. To load this thing, you just pop out the cylinder, load this down back here, load the 6 barrels individually, and you can either choose to put it back in this way, or you can put it in back the cool way and do this. I don't recommend that you flick the cylinder because that could break the crane. I mean, but who cares? It's cool. So, and then after you do that, you just turn this back and you're ready to go. And let's get fire. Starting off with regular fire. Got a malfunction here. Let's see. Yeah, my phone doesn't really work that well anymore, so yeah, that's pretty complicated. So now we're moving on to Sackfire. Once I load this thing back up again. So we ain't probably gonna do it. Load it up. And let's see Sackfire. That was fast. That was fast. This thing's awesome. If you Sling Fire it, it's gonna blow your load all. It's gonna you're gonna waste all your ammo all the time. But hey, who cares? You get to kill someone else faster. Only Mega Blaster. This Cyclone Shock. Now, I don't actually have all the darts for this one, but hey, it's awesome. So basically, this thing, it's like a song, except you actually front load this thing and the cylinder doesn't pop out or anything like that. There's a tack rail on the top, just in case you wanted to put a scope on it or something. And that's pretty much out. So basically a mega strong arm. You put it back to low, and then you fire. Pretty, it's pretty normal strength, but for the first few inches of trouble, it has literally no resistance. You don't start moving the swing back until you get off the way. Now well, I can't actually fire this thing because there's no ammo for it. Okay, so this is our first primary. This is a single shot. Is this, while it may look cool, it's literally just a jolt reskin. It's a single shot, breech loading, rifle style jolt. It's got a comfortable stock. It's a bit small, but hey, it fits me. And up front, it's got this really cool looking flash hider like thing. And it also has a scope on the top. This scope is not removable and it's not attachable, although I wish it was removable. It is fixed in place. And if you actually look closely through the scope, you can't, there's no reticle to see, there's no cross here in the middle of the scope to see where it actually goes. The grip on this thing is very uncomfortable. It's made of these little prongs on the side, which stick into your hand after pulling loose, so I would not recommend you use this blaster. Anyway, to load, you just take your dart, load it in, through the breach in here, and then prime it back. Let's see fire. Yeah, this thing doesn't really work that well, does it? I don't know these glasses, man. Because I haven't seen it over the west. There we go. Pretty bad range, but hey, you feel how it's being snapper. Moving on to my next this is the alphastrike Tiger DB2. It has 2 barrels that you're loading from the breech like this. It's kind of like a double breech, but there's no like side breech that you have to open, and you load it from through the left side, not the right side. This thing has some pretty major problems, and I wouldn't recommend you use it since it literally is just a two-shot jolt in this shotgun-like thing. But hey, at least it looks cool. Now this up here looks like some kind of carry handle. Oh, but what I actually noticed is that you can actually put an attachment on this thing. Now, I don't actually have any Nerf attachments, so you can't, so I can't show you that, but just in case you buy this thing, you can. Although I don't know why you would want to buy this thing anyway. Hyperfire! Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. It shoots both sides. It shoots only one die at one time, and it uses a smart AI restrictor, so you can't, it's not a shotgun, even though it looks like one. And, pretty cool. Is this? This, it looks weird because it's a special one. As you can see, it shoots water too. Look inside, it's water. Up here, it's got dart storage for 5 darts. And down up at the barrel, there's a cylinder that holds 5 darts. It's front loading, kind of like a hammer shot. And the special thing about this is that this pump strip over here, this one is actually to shoot water. There's no spring in there. So what you actually have to do is that you have to pull the trigger. It has very heavy tr- trigger pull for this for a blaster of this size. It's only 5 shots. Again, very big blaster. Would not recommend you use this if you're actually going to be competitive in the Nerf war. So it's actually a double action. You pull the trigger, and it sets off the spring, and it pulls back and sets off the spring at the same time. So it has very high trigger pull and very weak performance too. Now let's see it fire. That's pretty good. I like the double action of this, and I think it's very fun to shoot water at your enemies too. This this is the Ruckus. Fed blaster that I absolutely hate. I want to give this thing away. And so basically you prime it from the top like a retaliator, and every single time you prime it, this flip thing moves up a little. This cat has a capacity of 8, and I don't like this thing. It's very old, broken. I wouldn't use this thing in war. It has a serious lack of tactics. There's no tactical rails, no stock attachment or barrel attachment points on anywhere on this blaster. This thing's just a piece of crap. Why would you use this thing if you have so many other blasters? It also has slam fire, but it's not that good. So let's see it fire. Hope it works. Actually works. You know, it works. It's a disease about it anyway. Moving on, moving on. My next blaster is this. This is one of my favorites. It is the Sackfire. It's a pump action, 15 shot drum blaster. Tactical rail up here. No other tactics on this blaster, unfortunately. Although I could have used some. On the back, there's a framing indicator, which turns orange, which lets you know that if it's primed and ready to fire. 15 dot storage. This drum can come out, but it's not really practical since the dot tips actually come out against the edge of the drum, the housing of the drum. So, but you can just easily front load it. If you don't like magazines, then this is a great idea. However, the slam fire in this thing doesn't really work that well, so I wouldn't advise you use it. Let's see it fire! Alright, that was fun. Now let's see Slam Fire. Once I blow this thing up, let's see the pain in the butt. Check on the music in the back. Don't worry about the quality of that anyway. For sure. Alright, just give us Slam Fire. Huh. Do that a whole song by itself. I'd say this thing is pretty cool. That's one of my favorites. Alright, moving on to this. You don't really want to know what this is? It's a big piece of junk. What this thing is. Say it's the rip chain. It's a chain fed, one of the first chain fed blasters ever. So you load your chain like this, put it in the blaster. Now, originally this would have a circular chain, but the chain snaps, so it would have gone around like this, but it doesn't anymore, so that's why. Plus, it looks cooler this way. So pump action, standby enabled, and it has a tactical rail up top for your tactical needs. So overall, it's a pretty heavy so a pretty lighter. It's on the heavier side of things, but but something about the chain makes it too heavy, which is why it jams a lot. And let's see it fire. Yeah, fire off with normal fire. Oh, I really want vampire this cool, man. We have this. This is the Adventure Force Hallible. Slam fire only. As you can see, there's no trigger. So if you pump when you pump this back, it sets the spring off and goes back. So it's pretty heavy triggable. Up on the side, up on both sides, there's two Picatinny style rails for if you want to attach stuff like an airsoft or a real steel object. Plus plus a Picatinny rail. These joinings are a bit loose, so beware of that. And I don't think this thing fires elite darts that well, so just beware of that if you have elite darts. So to load this, you would first put this up, hold the foregrip, hold, put in your chain like that. Hold, put this down, and pull back the foregrip, or you can just use it as a normal pump action if you wanted to, and you're ready to fire. Now let's do it from there. Oh yes, this thing is really fun to use. I love this thing. It's pretty cool. Gives you that machine gun look. I think it's good. Moving on. Next we have our very first magazine fed blaster. It's the Sling Pile. This this is a lever action. You pull this lever down and up to prime it. Magazine fed. It comes magazine fed spring powered blaster. Very cool. One of the few lever action blasters that Nerf makes. Up here, it's got a tactical rail and a stock. The stock is actually removable by just replacing the screw. It is not compatible with other Nerf stocks, though. What a shame. Up front, I have a Busby 8-round mag installed, although in reality it comes with a 6-round Nerf mag. So I think that this blaster is really cool. And it's lever action. Why would you not want a lever action? Similar to this Busby Sentinel, would love to have one of those things there. Now let's see it fire. Yeah, this is kind of buggy. I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but still a very, very cool blaster. I just had to do that one for the camera. Which is this. This is the Elite 2.0 Echo. As you can see, it's very similar to the Retaliator, and it has tack rails all over. It has 4 tack rails on this barrel extension point, and underneath that, there's a end strike barrel lug, and there's an end strike barrel lug, and for this, you can attach any attachment you want, like any barrel extension. And but I like to keep it with this extension because it just looks so cool without it, and I don't have any other barrel. Back here is a removable stock with a tack reel on that. Don't know what you would put on there, but okay. This stock is pretty short. It's kind of comfortable for me, but might not be comfortable for a larger guy. Up here, it has a stock attachment point and what looks like a buffer tube. Back here is a sign saying that the blaster is prime. And in order to prime load this, you put in this magazine. This comes with a 10-round magazine, but it's compatible with all other Nerf magazines. And you just prime this back, load out the magazine, load it back in, and pour it. It is also slam fire enabled, so let's see it pop. That's pretty cool. Now let's see slam fire. Slam fire. That's pretty cool. This. This is the Sergeant Generoso Blaster. As you can see on the back, it has a stock attachment point. At the front, it has a bail attachment point and a tag rail at the top. Lots of tactics for this blaster. Any blaster like the Echo and put it on, just like that. There, in IRL, when you buy this from the store, it doesn't actually come with a 6-round. It comes with a 6-round, like I said, this 25-round drum. Look, very cool blaster, very weak. But hey, if you love Star Wars and you love the influence of this blaster, it's like kind of based off. It looks like it's based off like an AR-15 or M4 and the foregrip of some kind of MP5 variant. So I'd say this is pretty cool. I mean, like, yeah. So in order to rev this thing up, you would press the rev trigger, and then pull the main trigger. This thing doesn't really want to work well. Let's see it. Let's see if. Let's see it fire. let's see it fire faster. I forgot to mention it. It makes sound when you fire it. Looks very cool, not that cool in performance. This is the Arsenal Pulse Laser. I'm a big fan of Roblox Arsenal. Shout out to you guys. You guys boosted my you guys boosted my love for guns and firearms and stuff. Here, jam door, just in case you ever have any jams. Down here, 10 round magazine, which looks like a grip. Kind of accurate to the main game, except for the colors, of course. Back and it was such a missed opportunity because in the game it actually folds from the back and has extremely high fire rate, but this is only just a semi-automatic blaster. Grip is kind of uncomfortable, but hey, that's what you would expect from a Roblox blaster. I don't know what Nerf was thinking. I don't know what Hasbro was thinking when they made this, but sure. I guess if you're a fan of Roblox, you would like this. Let's see it fire. Fire. So, say this fast is pretty cool, but although the grip is a bit uncomfortable at the time. So, yeah. Anyway, we have my second famous asset I own, which is this. This is the Nerf Elite Hyperfire. Now this thing has kind of lack of tactics. It only has one tack rail, no stock or barrel attachment points. It comes with a 25 round drum mag, which is enough to suit your needs. And because of this, and it has a very comfortable dumpable stock. I personally am a fan of dumpable stocks because I think it makes guns look pretty cool, and it's very comfortable to the hand. Even when you're aiming on sights, it's pretty comfortable too. I do not actually have the batteries in this thing, so I can't let it show you fire. Bummer. But it takes D batteries. D batteries are very big, and they're very rare to find in stores, so I wouldn't suggest that you would do this. Anyway, I cannot actually let you see this fire, but if I could, I'm just gonna say that this thing is probably the most fun I've ever had with a Nerf blaster, besides that, which I'll show you later. But it fires at a fire rate of 5 times, as advertised, 5 times per second. If you didn't know, that is 300 rounds per minute, or around the same speed as a Maxwell Atchison AA-12 automatic shotgun. Yes, and believe it or not, it's not the fastest Nerf blaster out there. Very cool blaster. Want to get it working back up and working someday. This. It's the Nexus Pro. Such a beautiful blaster. So basically, this thing has a lot of features. It's a magazine fed, pump action, no slam fire, unfortunately. Up at the front is that it's got this is very cool looking flash hider like thing, which just slides into the barrel like that. Up top, two Picatinny rails with optics. This is like a ladder sight, launcher style sight that is aimed down, and the front sight. At the back is this soft, very comfortable. It's adjustable, very sturdy too. This is actually an M4 buffer tube, so you can put an airsoft or an actual M4 stock on here too. And then down here is a grip, very comfortable grip too. And it actually has a safety. This thing shoots extremely hard, much harder than your normal Nerf blaster. So I would not suggest that you buy this if you're just looking to have some fun with your friends, because you are gonna hurt them. It has a lot more prime strength needed to fire this thing, but that's because it's shooting so hard. And it shoots so hard that it actually has safety. If I put the safety on, I can't fire it, and if I put it off, you can. So basically, this thing is awesome. I love this thing. Then now let's see it fire. Have a jam. Yeah, this thing kind of jams a bit. So yeah, be here for that. And I forgot to mention, the thing is compatible with half that style. I don't really have any half that, so using five. Yeah, this thing is really fun. And you know what else is fun? Shooting a mega dart through this thing. Yes, if you didn't know, you can actually stuff a mega dart in in the barrel of this thing, and yes, it will fire. Don't believe me? Don't believe me? Just watch. Who cares? It's a mega dart. But you know what's also fun? If you load a magazine up like this, if you load a dart up like this, and then you load multiple darts in like this, and finally, you get this. Yeah, it's a shotgun too. What more could you want from a blaster? Anyways, hope you guys all enjoyed this video. It's getting pretty long now. It's probably the longest video I've ever made. And please subscribe, like the video, share with your friends. Uh, we are I could really use the subscribe because over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed, and if you would subscribe to the channel, it would really, really, really help me out a lot. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers by the end of the year, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another video.